The Indiana Fever are deliberately tearing apart the very foundation of their own historic franchise right now. Jason Whitlock is leading a massive charge to destroy the extremely promising career of Caitlin Clark. A totally league-shattering trade is currently ripping the entire professional basketball world apart at the seams today. That greatest rookie prospect in the history of the sport is being actively pushed out of the city she single-handedly built into a media empire. Whitlock exposed an ultimate betrayal happening behind closed doors in the front office. He confirmed the Fever are shipping her to the Los Angeles Sparks in an unspeakable and cowardly move. Complete meltdown has finally arrived for the front office in Indiana, and the whole world is witnessing the disaster unfold in real time.
Yo, if you love real basketball stories, deep dives, and the drama behind the game, you're in the right place. But if you want to take it to the next level, hit that join button. Members get exclusive content, early access, and behind-the-scenes drops you won't see anywhere else. Plus, you're directly supporting the channel and helping us bring you even better content. So if you rock with Basketball Spilled, become a member today. Let's keep the game alive.
Her incredible reputation remains under a highly coordinated and vicious attack by a desperate media machine. This truly represents the darkest hour in the entire history of the franchise. Now we uncover the ultimate betrayal of the undisputed reigning queen of the professional basketball world. She entered this highly competitive league with the massive weight of an entire generation resting entirely on her shoulders. Transforming the Indiana Fever from a forgotten franchise into a massive global television spectacle happened almost overnight. Every single time she steps onto the hardwood, she generates millions of dollars for the league while playing through brutal injuries and punishing physical defense. She remains the ultimate hard worker and the exact definition of a true professional athlete. The problem was her unprecedented success created an incredibly dangerous target on her back. Management in Indiana became a complete and embarrassing disaster, absolutely incapable of handling the blazing spotlight that their superstar brought directly to their city. Instead of building a championship roster around her, they are drowning in deep internal chaos. Executives constantly leak toxic rumors to fiercely protect their own pathetic jobs from the chopping block. The team acts completely terrified of the intense media scrutiny surrounding their superstar, failing miserably on every level to protect their valuable franchise cornerstone, show their absolute weakness to the entire world. This organizational cowardice created the perfect opening for a massive media attack, and that is when the locker room fractured and bled out directly into public view. During a humiliating blowout loss to the Portland Fire, the deep internal tension finally boiled over for everyone to see. Cameras caught Caitlin Clark in a screaming argument with head coach Stephanie White. The relationship between the star player and the coach appeared shattered in front of millions of viewers tuning in that night. Every great legend fiercely argues with their coach during the heat of battle, but the media painted this entirely normal competitive fire as total treason. Panic instantly gripped the front office, which meant they lost all control of the public narrative, blindly allowing this competitive moment to be weaponized into a team-destroying scandal proved their utter incompetence. Fever management made the entire situation 10 times worse by declaring total war on the media instead of fixing the actual problem. They lost their minds and started violently punishing local reporters for simply doing their everyday jobs. What nobody expected was the massive power vacuum this created right in the heart of Indianapolis. Longtime Fever beat reporter Scott Agnes had his media credentials ripped away by the extremely paranoid team after he simply reported on her verified injury status prior to a crucial game. Retaliating by silencing him served as an act of absolute and embarrassing cowardice. This failure of leadership handed the keys of the franchise over to vicious media vultures. Jason Whitlock watched this organizational collapse and instantly smelled fresh blood in the water. This toxic and manipulative media personality acts completely desperate to stay relevant in a changing sports landscape. Seeing a broken franchise miserably failing to protect their valuable young superstar gave him exactly the opening he needed. Realizing nobody in the entire Fever organization possessed the spine to stand up and defend her, he fully manufactured a world-ending controversy to maliciously bury the knife even deeper. Using their pathetic silence to validate his unhinged fantasy worked perfectly. On June 5th of 2026, Whitlock dropped a nuclear bomb on the entire basketball world. Exposing the darkest secret hiding deep inside the dysfunctional Indiana front office became his ultimate mission. Whitlock proudly announced to millions of people that the Fever are officially planning to immediately ship their star out of town. Trading her directly to the Los Angeles Sparks in a massive blockbuster move was presented as an absolute fact. This is absolutely not a discussion or a harmless rumor in his incredibly twisted and manipulative eyes. We are looking at a terrifying hostage situation happening in plain sight for the whole world to loudly witness. Whitlock confirmed the deal sits practically written in solid stone and completely ready to firmly execute today. The entire massive state of Indiana instantly felt betrayed by their own cowardly basketball team when this news broke. But here's the thing, the mastermind behind this hostile Los Angeles takeover is not even in the league yet. Whitlock confirmed that UCLA head coach Cori Close is abandoning college basketball forever to take the reins. Reportedly stepping in to take over the Los Angeles Sparks franchise immediately makes the entire puzzle fit together perfectly in his toxic reality. Bringing Close in specifically to manage the media circus in Hollywood explains everything. The Sparks are cleaning house to roll out the red carpet for the Iowa legend right now. This complex multi-million-dollar dark operation exists purely to successfully steal the face of a league from the Midwest. Whitlock aggressively posted this entire psychotic manifesto to his massive and loyal audience, and the post exploded instantly, racking up over 2 million views in a matter of incredibly short hours per Sports Illustrated Women's fast break on June 8th, completely melted down the media world. The highly terrifying reality of a Los Angeles super team fully set in while loyal supporters in Indiana felt sick to their stomachs at the thought of losing their hero. Whitlock knew exactly what he was doing by maliciously dropping this highly destructive bomb. Weaponizing the intense loyalty of the massive Indiana fanbase created unadulterated chaos across the country. Orchestrating a highly damaging psychological attack on a player in the middle of a grinding season serves entirely for his own selfish personal financial gain. He hates the fact that she holds absolute power over the sport he pretends to cover. This has nothing to do with real basketball, actual trades, or legitimate sports journalism. We are witnessing a desperate media personality actively trying to siphon relevance from a 24-year-old superstar. Whitlock operates as the ultimate locker room cancer, completely hiding safely behind a keyboard. Spending his entire professional career viciously tearing down athletes to build his own fading brand led him directly to this exact moment. Now he has actively set his sights on completely destroying the absolute greatest thing to happen to women's basketball. Taking it a massive step further to insult her undeniable legacy, he manufactured a fake narrative that her massive aura is suddenly fading away. Pointing to temporarily empty seats at Gainbridge Fieldhouse allowed him to maliciously call her a massive failure. Ignoring the obvious fact that she remains the sole engine of the massive economy driving the sport proves his extreme bias. He completely dismissed the unprecedented television ratings she successfully delivers every single week without fail. Purely wanting to viciously tear down a successful woman who works 10 times harder than him reveals his true, ugly motivation. The reality is that Caitlin Clark safely plays on a locked-in and heavily structured 4-year rookie deal. Being literally legally bound to the Indiana Fever means she absolutely cannot force a trade whatsoever. The mechanics of successfully trading a foundational rookie of this massive magnitude remain historically impossible and totally absurd. But the verified facts absolutely do not matter to a pure, unadulterated villain like Jason Whitlock. Thriving on tearing down athletes and forcefully creating destructive narratives represents the toxic element of modern vicious sports media. He feeds off the intense, crushing pressure completely surrounding the entire Fever organization like a total parasite. The completely useless establishment media totally failed to stop his vicious and rapidly spreading lies. Instead of fiercely protecting their incredibly valuable golden goose, they eagerly piled onto the sickening abuse. Veteran Los Angeles columnist Bill Plaschke excitedly joined the massive attack to assassinate her character completely, maliciously calling her a whining and spoiled brat who desperately needs to clean up her act added more fuel to the raging fire. Aggressively demanding she stop complaining to referees and start acting like a totally different person shows their true colors. The mainstream media is running a coordinated smear campaign to break her spirit. They act terrified of the incredibly raw power she successfully commands over the massive viewing audience, aggressively wanting her to just smile and stay quiet, while they profit endlessly off her name is their ultimate goal. Demanding total perfection from her while actively trying to destroy her life behind the scenes is completely unacceptable. Behind closed doors, the truth looks totally and completely different. Caitlin Clark operates entirely built different and absolutely refuses to ever be their silent victim. She ignores the toxic noise and focuses entirely on dominating the basketball court, channeling every single ounce of massive frustration into destroying her terrified opponents became her only response. On June 4th, she actively took out all her massive and totally justified anger directly on the Atlanta Dream. Carrying a completely dysfunctional Fever roster to a massive and hard-fought victory proved her undeniable greatness to the world. Dropping 17 points on 6 of 17 shooting, she violently grabbed hard rebounds and dished out 8 absolutely beautiful assists, proving her amazing game is totally untouchable despite the incredibly toxic circus swirling around her shut down the vicious haters immediately. She flawlessly ran the entire offense perfectly while the entire sports world furiously debated her future, showing exactly why she is the most valuable asset in the entire history of the sport. Silenced the massive doubts. Every perfectly executed pass served as a massive aggressive statement to the corrupt media trying to ruin her career. Just days later on June 6th, she fearlessly faced off against the incredibly powerful New York Liberty. The Fever ultimately suffered a brutal 83-75 loss, but the young star absolutely never stopped violently fighting back. Playing a grueling 34 minutes against the best physical defense in the entire league showcased her legendary toughness, racking up 9 incredible assists and violently pulling down 7 critical hard-fought rebounds for her struggling team kept them alive. Totally physically exhausted and battered by massive defenders, she still gives absolutely everything to Indiana, actively proving her unwavering loyalty to a cowardly franchise that refuses to protect her speaks volumes about her incredible character. Then she stepped directly to the massive podium and flawlessly delivered the ultimate devastating professional death blow. On June 7th, she confidently sat directly in front of the microphones and completely annihilated Jason Whitlock, never even dignifying his disgusting and pathetic existence by saying his terrible name out loud showed absolute dominance. Looking directly at the silent reporters, she totally exposed their absolute and incredibly pathetic media desperation, forcefully telling the entire sports world she had absolutely no idea why the media was still obsessing over this garbage shut down the entire room. She dismissed the fabricated Los Angeles Sparks trade as complete and utter ridiculous nonsense, finally revealing the unfiltered and undeniable truth about her incredible basketball team cleared the toxic air forever, confirming that the entire locker room remains completely unified against the extremely toxic fake media noise destroy the entire narrative. She completely shut down the fake destructive storyline about her and Stephanie White viciously fighting behind the scenes, proving that she and her dedicated coach have each other's backs, unconditionally protected her vulnerable teammates, safely locking the unified locker room doors and throwing away the key proved her incredible leadership skills, forcefully telling the completely corrupt media their fake and highly biased opinions are completely worthless to her ended the debate. The result was a massive, humiliating defeat for Jason Whitlock and his pathetic cronies. His massive, coordinated master plan to completely destroy her totally blew up directly in his face in front of millions of people. Actively trying to run her out of town completely only made her infinitely stronger. Trying to completely divide the tight locker room successfully forced them to totally unite against a common enemy, proving that she remains completely and entirely immune to his incredibly toxic manipulative media games, sent a massive warning to the rest of the league. Real and highly respected sports journalists per Yahoo Sports and Pro Football Network on June 5th and June 6th immediately started dancing on his incredibly shallow professional grave. Front office sports reporter Ryan Glasspiegel mocked the entire absolutely fake and completely fabricated trade report publicly. Field of 68 co-founder Jeff Goodman actively laughed at the absolute and totally unhinged delusion displayed by the former Fox Sports personality. The entire completely credible sports world completely and forcefully rejected the insane Los Angeles Sparks fantasy, Whitlock stood exposed as an absolute fraud spinning incredibly desperate lies for cheap engagement. The Los Angeles Sparks are absolutely not coming to successfully save the young star from her totally current situation. Cori Close is not walking through those massive doors to successfully coach the massive Los Angeles team anytime soon. The totally chaotic Indiana Fever remain incredibly lucky to have the absolute greatest player of this entire generation. She stands as the totally undisputed and completely undeniable face of the Indiana Fever and the entire league. Being the absolute ultimate and highly powerful engine of massive attendance and record-breaking television ratings secures her permanent legacy. Any fake attack on her loyal Indiana identity serves as a highly dangerous attack on the entire future of the sport. Deeply loyal supporters know the absolute verified truth, and they proudly stand completely behind their incredible superstar hero. Jason Whitlock became the absolute undisputed architect of his own massive and humiliating public professional downfall, blindly betting his entire fading remaining reputation on a completely fabricated and incredibly toxic lie caused him to lose absolutely everything. He fully revealed himself to be a highly manipulative toxic instigator who absolutely hates watching undeniable greatness succeed. Thinking he could easily and quickly break her mind resulted in her completely breaking him instead. The absolutely fake Los Angeles Sparks trade rumor is officially dead and completely buried forever. The absolute reigning queen of the entire basketball court remains completely untouchable.